Bon appetit.
Well, hello and welcome back to the SEEZELIFE channel. It is Thanksgiving week, so happy Turkey Day to everyone out there. Tonight we are going camping at Bogue Chitto State Park in Franklinton, Louisiana. This will be my first time camping there, so I'm excited to give my honest feedback. As you can see, we have the 4Runner packed out with gear. It's low 50s and a bit rainy, but it should be a nice adventure, and I'm excited for everyone who's along for the ride. So let's get going. We have made it to the entrance of Bogue Chitto State Park. It's about, I'd say, 1.5 miles off the main highway. Pulling up to the Welcome Center to check in and see if I can get primitive camp spot for the night. So, ding ding. Let them know we're here. Okay, so those are more of the tent sites by the bottom line.
These have trees. And they're set further apart.
Okay.
These are like your typical houses and so.
Kind of, yeah, closer next to each other.
Different.
So I can go take a look and.
You sure can.
Okay.
Let me look at those again and say.
All right, thank you. The woman at the guard station doing check-in, super friendly, super helpful. She gave me a map and she highlighted all of the areas that are open for me to choose from tonight. So I'm heading down to find a nice secluded spot. There's a couple of river spots. The locations of both the camp areas as well as some trails and access to the beach and the river. So we're coming up on the bottomland campsites. These are what's considered the more primitive tent sites. And there appears to be, I'd say, at least 30 or so. About half of them are open for me to choose from tonight. In the middle of the primitive camping area, it would appear that there's a large pond. After scouting the park and the primitive campsites, I have found just the right one. So I'm pulling back up at the entrance station now to check back in, go ahead and pay for my site, and then I'll be able to get back and start setting up. Heading into the entrance station to pay for my campsite for the night. I'm gonna take campsite 107.
Okay.
So how long has this state park been?
12 years old.
12 years.
Mm-hmm.
So 2010.
Yeah.
All right, got my campsite. We are ready for an adventure. Let's get set up. As you can see, it's getting a little dark around here, but we've got plenty of time. Campsite 107 is my home for the evening. I picked this site because there was no one around, and there's also a site available across from me that backs up to a pond, which I'll show you. But I do like seclusion, and this site seems to fit the bill. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my case full of firewood down so we can make a fire over here. Wanted to do a quick highlight on a piece of gear. I found this sleeping bag earlier this year when I went camping in Arkansas. And what makes this different from just any old sleeping bag is that it actually has heating pads on the inside of it, and you can connect to it via USB to a battery pack, and it will run on 3 heat settings. I'll go ahead and unpack it all. So once you get it out of the compression bag, you'll see the shape of it is actually a mummy. So it's a mummy sleeping bag, which is always best for low temperature situations. Even has a spot for your head to kind of tuck into. But once you open it, it's a full length zipper all the way down. there's a pouch right here with a zipper as well. And this is actually where you would connect your USB battery bank. So I've got it opened up, and this is something that'll be hard for the camera to capture. I think you can see it right here. Looks like a yellow stripe, and this is one of the heating elements. So there's three. There's one at the top, one in the middle, and one down low at your feet. So it's not as if the entire bag gets warm from head to toe. There's three specific spots that keep warmth. I will say, when you have this on at night and the bag's closed, you definitely feel the heat. So I went ahead and hooked up my portable power bank. This is a 20,000 milliamp hour RAV power, which I do really like that company. Have a couple other products. And now that's plugged in, you can see the first setting turns red, and then blue, and then green. And each one gets a little bit hotter. And then if you hold it down, it powers off. Now this power bank, 20,000 milliamp, lasts a full night for me. You could also run a USB extension cable to a larger power bank. Go ahead and pick this little friend up, get it in here, because this evening I'm going to need it. Gonna get some drone time in this evening. The drone that I use, I got last Christmas. Bought it for myself on a Black Friday sales. It's just a cheaper model. It's called a Holy Stone, Amazon special, as most of the deals come from these days. I'll go ahead and get it set up. So this is about the size of it. Size of my hand, and the wings, they unfold. It's got removable batteries, which I have a couple of extra. Go ahead and turn it on. And here's the remote. It unfolds. Two joysticks. It's got this top piece that pulls out, and that's actually where you mount the phone. It's searching for GPS signals now, and as you can see, it's got a camera on it. There's the drone, ready to fly. Can bring it down. Give everyone an idea of what I got going on. In this case right here, closest to me, I have cooking supplies. Of course, I have my little fold-out camp chair slash fishing chair. It's got a rod holder at the front. Got an ice chest, and this is literally just dry firewood that I brought. I'm gonna go ahead and get this fire cooking. Well, I've got the fire started. You might be thinking to yourself, why is there lumber? Well, I tend to save scrap wood instead of throwing it away when I have projects at the house. So I use it as fire starter. Also have some cut pine logs from a tree that I took out within the last year. So I have a nice stockpile of wood. Well, this Plano case is now getting a poor review from me. What was once somewhat waterproof will now not be, as it has cracks in the top from me sitting on it thinking that it was a little bit sturdier than it actually was. So probably won't be buying one of these again. At $29, I'm sure there's probably a better one that can be had. You know, there's something really beautiful and simple about a fire. It really has our roots attached to it. You know, mankind was created needing to provide warmth for himself and for his family, to be able to cook food. I think that's why when you go camping, it can be really humbling and grounding, because it's all based around mostly sitting at a fire a good bit of the time. And it really allows you to enter a state of mind that has a lot of freedom to it. Some of the best conversations I've ever had have been around a campfire with friends and family. Alright, it's about 6 p.m. It gets dark pretty quickly around here. And fire is rolling. Got the grate on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some dinner out. Just went ahead and put a can of mixed beans on the grill. Chili beans. Super simple meal. I'm not that hungry tonight. This really is one of the most simple meals and delicious. It has everything you need in it, packed with calories, carbs, protein, fiber, low on fat. Beans are very wholesome. Always recommend it for a simple camping experience because it will fill you up. Cook it right on top of the fire in the can. And spice it up with some hot sauce. I recommend Valentina, black label, a little bit spicier than the yellow label. And just mix it right in for that extra zest. The simplicity of this. This is $1. This meal cost me all of $1. One thing I like to do when I'm hanging out by a campfire and I'm by myself is listen to some of the recordings that I do on my phone when I'm playing acoustic guitar, just to see if anything ever sounds worthwhile to really make into a song. And here's a little snip of something that I was playing the other day. Short and sweet. Tucked away in the 4Runner. I'm currently in my workspace side of my build. Honestly, having the workspace in here and the platform, I could live in here it really wouldn't be overly difficult for me. Downsizing is almost a dream sometimes to think about. All right, it's about 8 o'clock. Probably got about an hour or so left in me before I tire out. But it's been a great day. Bogue Chitto, highly recommend, highly recommend. There's a little bit of everything at this park, between disc golf, canoeing, bike trails, hiking, plenty of campsites, almost 100 sites, and they're all very nicely wooded. This is a beautiful park. Well, it's about that time for bed. It's been a very productive day. Definitely enjoyed exploring Bogue Chitto. I'm looking forward till tomorrow morning. Well, good morning. About 6:20. 40, low 40s. You can see the table. Pretty wet, pretty dewy. That's why I always store the gear underneath. But the sun's about to come up, so go ahead and get some breakfast made. So I've got my cooking supplies in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out this Tupperware camp stove. Here's my camp stove. Pretty lightweight, pretty small. Now I will say the one thing about this camp stove is that the metal that holds any pots or pans on is pretty small. If I was gonna buy another one, I'd get one with some extenders or something that could hold a pot a little sturdier. But overall, I've been very pleased with this. And I've definitely been very pleased with my propane fuel mix. I've had this for probably 3 years and it still hasn't run out. Go ahead and turn this on. Let the gas out. And she's rolling. Three minutes later and we're boiling. Go ahead and crank this down. Let's go, Army Strong. My brother serves in the military. Representing for him. All right, first sip. And the review says, drinkable. And this morning we were having some turkey, egg, black bean burritos. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that cooked up now. You know, because of what I was saying earlier about it not being so sturdy up here, I'll go ahead and scramble them down here. Go ahead and get this back up here. And that is gonna cook pretty fast. And that really did not take long at all. Eggs are ready. Putting a little heat on this turkey. My favorite bean. Breakfast time awaits. As always, very thankful and grateful to have an opportunity like this to be out here in wilderness, nature, so many blessings in life. And a simple meal like this, not everyone gets every day. And so I never take that for granted. Bon appetit. One of my goals with this channel is to get to a point where I can come up with some ideas on how to really help take this, beyond just a video and actually be a way to help people. So really, in creating all this, I would like that blend to both uplift someone right when they see the message, seize life, like go get after it, don't wait for your opportunity, knowing that also this brand helps those who may be less fortunate or need some assistance in some way. That's the dream. One breakfast burrito at a time, right? Look at that sunshine coming up. Beautiful. Here comes the sun. Someone should really write a song about that. Not sure how it'd go though. Right, I can confirm that the showers are hot. Very nice. Highly recommend getting in a nice warm shower to start the day, especially before a long hike. So, heading back to the car to get packed up, and we'll be out of here. Love the sound of nature in the morning. The cool thing about overlanding in the 4Runner is that you really can barely even tell I was here. Leave no trace principle. Off we go. Time to hit the trails. So, come to find out, Bogue Chitto actually has a loop around the entire park. We just stumbled onto this beautiful, pristine beach. Look at this. This is definitely the highlight of Bogue Chitto. Very underrated section of the park. Got to come all the way to the back corner to where the canoe launch is. Pavilion. You could come out here, set up for an afternoon picnic, bring some kayaks. Being Thanksgiving week, I urge you to think about what you're thankful for. There's always at least one blessing, whether we realize it or not. Even just the simple blessing of having another day to make an opportunity with. perfect hiking weather. Probably in the high 50s. This trail is well covered by the canopy, so it keeps the sun off you. Having nice conversations about coffee on the trail. If you like flavored coffees, put something in the comment section below. Let us know.
Below. Cold brew?
Cold brew
brew?
or hot coffee?
Hot.
What does the survey say?
Cold.
I think it's 2-1 over here. Hot coffee all day. We've made it back to the hiking post. 2 hours later, 5 miles down. Healthy way to start the morning. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. That concludes today's video. I'm very, very thankful that I decided to come stay out here at Bogue Chitto State Park in Franklinton, Louisiana. This park is so well kept up with. The grounds are absolutely stunning and beautiful. Just finished a 5-mile hike to conclude my time here the last 24 hours. So I highly recommend, if anyone is in the Louisiana area, please come check out this park and support our local state parks. So until next time in the next adventure, keep on seizing life and have a good one. And happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Adios.